Well, Election Day in America here is in full swing, but a small town in rural New Hampshire has already delivered their verdict, and as expected, it's a dead heat. These 6 eager voters have set the stage for what is likely to be one of the closest results in a generation. And with 78 million ballots already cast, could these early numbers give us a preview of what's to come? For more, former CNN political commentator Cillizza joins me now. Good morning to you.
It's nice to see you in person.
Well, you too.
After all these miles away.
Welcome to our windy NBC rooftop here. Well, I don't know whether they give us much of an indication because it was 3-3 in this tiny spot.
So I have been to Dixville Notch, New Hampshire, and I have seen where they vote. There used to be a resort up there called the Balsams, this 5-star resort that I used to go to as a kid. So I've walked through all those. Yeah, 3-3 is probably a fair indication of where we're headed.
Okay, because someone's got to win. It's not going to be a tie.
It could be, but I don't think it will be. So yes, there is a scenario by which you have 269 electoral votes for Harris, 269 for Trump, or it would go to that building right back there where the U.S. House would choose it. It's never happened before. I don't think it's going to happen, but what I would say is it's probably going to be pretty close, at least in the Electoral College. Probably the closest we've had since Bush-Gore in 2000 was 271 Bush, 267 Gore. Could it be that close? It could be.
Okay, so I know Nate Silver, the famous pollster, has done 80,000 simulations. On 40,012 of them, Harris won. Do we read anything into that?
No, you know what we read into that? It's going to be really close.
Right.
Or at least it should be. I mean, look, it's a bell curve. This is what I always explain to people. There's a 5 to 10% chance Trump wins relatively easily. There's a 5 to 10% chance Harris wins relatively easily. And then the middle here, the curve, is the variety of other outcomes. And I think it lands in that big curve, but look, there's a reason there's 5 to 10% on each side. It could wind up there.
Okay, the 5 to 10%. Women and men. She's got more women, he's got more men. Women are more likely to vote. Women are more likely to be Democrats. Does that mean anything?
So what I would say is women have made up a majority of the American electorate in every presidential election since 1984, and we expect them to be again. It's not going to be 57% women, 43% men. It's probably going to be 51, 52% women, 48, 49% men. But if Kamala Harris wins women by more than Donald Trump wins men, she will win. I think the converse is also true. If Donald Trump wins men by more than Kamala Harris wins women, he'll probably win. It's a simplistic way to look at it, sort of gender, boy, girl, man, woman, but it has been broadly indicative of what we've seen. There's no question Kamala Harris is going to win women. The question is, does she win women by more than Donald Trump, who's going to win men, wins men by?
Has she had more momentum the last couple of days, the last week?
A little bit, and I actually think that's less to do with Harris than it is to do with Trump. I think his last 10 days, starting with that rally 2 Sundays ago at Madison Square Garden, to his comments in Green Bay, Wisconsin about I'm going to protect women whether they want to or not, his comments about Liz Cheney, J.D. Vance, his running mate, calling Kamala Harris quote-unquote trash on Monday night, is not the way you want to finish up a campaign when women, and particularly Republican women, are the swing group. These are Nikki Haley voters. That's what I would think of. People who voted for Nikki Haley in the primary, largely women who voted for her. Who do they choose? They are Republicans on issues like immigration and the economy, but they do not like Donald Trump personally. How do they decide?
Last question quickly. When's the result?
Saturday.
Really? That long?
In 2020, when it wasn't that close.
It was
Saturday.
Well,
and it was because they called Pennsylvania at 11:25 a.m. that Saturday, November the 7th.
Okay.
I think it might be Saturday again.
Okay.
Watch Pennsylvania. It's not complicated, but it's true.
We will. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Bye.